Hey, 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 welcome to the Attic Manadad here. Gonna play What's Good today. It's Premier Draft War, the Spark. My wife took the kids to the bike shop. Oh, that filled up quick. Everybody getting their war drafts in while they can. I don't know, I've done about 3 or 4 of these. This was one of the first sets I played when I came back into the game, this most recent time. I think my memory is fairly refreshed, although I haven't gone and looked at 17 lands data or anything. I'm sure new things have happened. I got absolutely demolished by Command the Dreadhorde. Great for kind of control build. Dovin actually really shut me down. I've been building a lot of spell-based things. We'll grab Command the Dreadhorde. If you don't know this one, choose any number of target creature or planeswalker card in graveyard. Deals damage to you equal to the total mana value, then you put them into the battlefield under your control. So you can just get a bunch of removal and then reanimate everything in the graveyard. That's pretty good. So there's Bleeding Edge. I mean, removal plus a body, that seems good. I don't see a lot of people playing this. It is heavy black, but we're looking at being heavy black. Saheeli's pretty good in the Spellslinger kind of shell here. The Grixis Spellslinger shell. People pass in packs pretty fast here. Pyrohelix has been an overperformer for me this time around. So this is, as I recall, an unplayable rare, unless you have a Bolas Planeswalker. No, I guess, I mean, we're not going to take it now. Probably looking to be red-black or blue-black. Turret Ogre is pretty good. It's a solid red card. It's the sneaky reach of the set. You can get people sometimes. Even permanents you control gain hexproof. I mean, that could be good. With Erratic Visionary also works with Command the Dreadhorde. We can pick those up later. So I think it's between the Turret Ogre and the Lazatep Plating. I guess we'll give the edge to the uncommon. You never know when you're going to get something like Arouse Outburst. We'll try and be a combination of all the colors, which is very possible in this set. Very decent fixing here. I like the Grim Initiate in general, especially the kind of red-black sacrifice. Burning Prophet is a great pickup here for a pick 6. This has been the 2-drop I've seen the most on the other side of the battlefield when opponents are like diamond level, you know? This is what the good players are playing. The Scries is really where, I mean, even in a deck that doesn't have that many non-creature spells, and most decks will, right? You're going to be picking up Planeswalker here and there, at the very least in this set. The Scries really just help set up your game as it goes along. And a 1/3 body blocks very nicely on the ground. So we'll be looking for in red, there's a spell that lets us discard in a mass. That can work with Command the Dreadhorde. We're going to want some creatures we can put in the graveyard, like the Turret Ogre. Paying 4 life to get a Turret Ogre back is not too bad. Especially since if we're bringing it back with another big creature, we can get the little bonus 2 damage, which it's nothing to sneeze at. Definitely won me games. And Bolt Bend, I got somebody with that. These go around. I get these last pick here in this latest round. I guess it's the best in red-green, where you got a lot of creatures with power 4 or greater, so you can do it for 1 mana. But it's such a blowout if you can pull it off. Otherwise, Samut Sprint, Unlikely Aid, also good with like Burning Prophet and stuff. They're probably the correct picks, but we'll take a Bolt Bend. As long as we got a Turret Ogre. But instant speed, deal 3, draw a card. Very good. While we wait for packs, let's see if anybody's commenting. No comments yet from the old peanut gallery. This card, man, player or planeswalker, much better out of the sideboard. I feel like we almost want the Prismite. Sideboard that Prismite. We'll take a transmutation. The look, bad removal, but blue doesn't have great removal. There's a 2-mana bounce and a mass 1 at sorcery speed that I much prefer. But this is one of the few ways to deal with gods and opponents. There's a cycle of mythic gods in this set, and opponents tend to think, well, we'll build our rares, I guess. I don't tend to like the Gateway Plaza, if I can help it. It's the opponent gets to choose 2 cards. Storm the Citadel just to build thing. Prismite. Or Sarkhan's Catharsis. I guess we'll take the Catharsis. Yeah, we can take a sprint. The Prismites are going around. And the Catharses. Yeah, there we go. That's what I mean by the gods. Ilharg the Raised Boar, 6/6 trample, legendary boar god. When it attacks, you can put a creature from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Return it to the hand at the beginning of the next end step, and when it dies, or is put into exile from the battlefield. Put it to its owner's library, 3rd from the top. The put into the battlefield thing is like not even that. Like, you know, it's just a 6/6 trample that comes back even if they kill it. That's itself enough. So Jaya's Greeting, I think that's the top red common, or it was considered the top red common way back, if I can remember, back when we were playing this set regularly. We're just pretty heavy red here. Definitely could go red-blue. I like Invade the City. Ooh, Aven Eternal. That's actually one of the top commons. And I love the Sky Theater Strix. There's a lot here for us. We could, I think I'm going to take the Aven Eternal, hope to wheel Invade the City. It's just 2 bodies for 3 mana. One of them is a 2/2 flyer. Is just so good in this set. And I don't even know if we're going to be playing black now. Because our blue is pretty strong between Ral's Outburst and Aven Eternal. And for black, we'd have to go heavy black. Just going to depend, see what we see. Like, there's a Tyrant Scorn, which is really good. Triple Rager would be good. The Dambreaker is pretty nice with Ilharg, right? Put a 5/6 into play and proliferate. You can just repeat that every turn. That's pretty strong. The Centaur Nurturers, don't overlook a 2/4 for 4. Being able to tap for a mana of any color and give you that 3 life is pretty nice in this format. I mean, I hate to see Tyrant Scorn on the other side of the battlefield, but Tilt's Rager is also really good. 2 mana. I think we'll take the Tyrant Scorn. Might regret that because we're almost definitely in red. And no escape. There's not really much here. This has haste, which can be nice if there's like an open planeswalker that they left undefended. It just deals 1. Lifelink is not that great. It'd be like a Nightmare Wolf. There's some wolf synergies in this set, then you might want to take it more often. Well, okay, there's the Pyro Helix. That's nice. This thing, I mean, in the right deck, this is okay, but 3/2 for 2. It's a bit rough. Definitely love the Pyro Helix. Instant speed is great. Sometimes you get multiple things. This for a sacrifice deck, but if you're doing a sacrifice deck, I think you'd almost want Spark Reaper over it. Heartfire is not bad too. I'm going to take the Spark Reaper. We'll keep the dream of playing black alive for the time being. Lazatep Reaver is pretty good. Manticore, there was nothing else. This is one of those, this is no surprise we're seeing this pick 8. This is one of the bum rares of the set. Just paying 5 mana for 2 planeswalkers just ends up being too much. For 5 mana, you just don't want to be taking that turn off. You know, if it was 5 mana, put 1 of the planeswalkers into play and 1 into your hand, that would be much better. And we could take a Samut Sprint in case we end up. How many Prismites we've got? We've only got 1 Prismite. I'll take the Sprint. Roll the Invasion. Basically anything that says Amass is pretty good usually. Stealth Mission. Vampire Opportunist. If you're a slower deck, that 7 mana, each opponent loses 2, you gain 2. That can just be a win con. But at 2-1, it's going to die very easily to Chandra's Pyrohelix. This is a fun set. It's pretty bomby, which I generally don't like. You know, you'll see if we ever get a chance to play Ilharg, people are just going to scoop. This guy's great. I was doing a lot of silly stuff with green, white, and proliferate when this set came back early on, and for some reason this gets passed around a lot. I guess because most people are in Grixis. So we got Angrath's Rampage, or we got Burning Prophet. Immediately jumping out at me here. I'm thinking the Prophet, actually. We still don't know exactly what our mix is. Making somebody sacrifice a Planeswalker for 2 mana is okay, but sorcery, so they've gotten the value out of the Planeswalker already. And I think we would take a Vraska over Burning Prophet number 3. Might just be correct to take the Burning Prophet. I don't have a single Planeswalker yet.
Your demise won't be quick.
Vraska's pretty. This is another one I see. This one's actually decent. Now we could take the Rampage. There's also Price of Betrayal, which is Planeswalker / army removal / any. You know, a lot of people doing shenanigans with counters in this set. The Crunch is very nice with the Bolt Bend. This is a tricky one. I guess we'll hope to wheel the Crunch. We'll take the Angrath's Rampage this time. And Arcbow, this is an underrated rare. This used to get passed around. I think just people don't understand how to do it, but if you're all a slower green deck, you can just kind of stabilize and then overwhelm people. But we'll take a Jaya's Greeting. Hands down. And a Saheeli to go with that. There's another Bioessence. So here's the discard a guard thing, but we're going to take the Saheeli over it.
If it's a challenge you want, then a challenge you'll get.
Another Tyrant Scorn. Almost tempted to take the Manticore finally. Pack 3, pick 6. Because are we really doing black? I guess we lose Vraska. Think about it. Don't need Tyrant Scorn number 3. Although, I mean, let's build your deck kind of around that. Pick the Crunch. Pick the Crunch. We're definitely playing red. As much as I want to command the Dreadhorde, I think black is kind of cut. Or it was. And there's Callous Dismissal. This is an interesting choice between that and Pyrohelix. Callous Dismissal is going to let us deal with bigger stuff, so I think I'm going to take one of those at least. Another Angrath's Rampage. I mean, Fresh Descent can be good in the right shell. It's just a lot of mana to leave up for a counterspell. That is also not like a hard counter. Spark Harvest. Just take all the black out, and then we're still at 20 cards with like a blue-black deck. I do like to have at least one Skulker. And being able to be made unblockable, it's kind of hard to attack through. I think as far as top end, though, having an Ilharg, and we'll see what we can do with blue. We might splash back in some black. Looks like we're going to have to. Yeah, unless we want to run Prismite. And I got Channel Fireball scores on these. Vraska's at 4-0. But the thing is about Vraska, how do we play it? The build around 3.5? If I splash black, what am I putting in? Spark Reaper? Works with the Grim Initiate. Other than the 2 Burning Prophets, we didn't get a, like, in the Sahili, we didn't get like a hugely great payoff for being Spellslingery. I'm wondering if just the Tyrant Scorns is a strategy, and the Ingress Rampages. We put those in. We put in the Prismite. We can run fewer swamps. Or do we change blue to the splash color? No, I don't think so. It's interesting because I was going to try to make the point, or I felt like that it's been easier to kind of bob and weave in this draft compared to the new one with the pack with 1 fewer card. But in this case, I guess maybe I didn't narrow down my colors quite enough. I mean, I could put in Sarkhan's Catharsis. We take out here. Look at it like this. With the curve, the old curve. Don't really have a lot of creatures too. 7 creatures. Maybe we do put in black just for creatures. Look at red black. Yeah, black is pretty strong there. Prismite. Look at stuff like that. And probably Stealth Mission, although Stealth Mission can be good. Splashing blue. A couple things. To save, we'll take out the Samut Sprints. 6 swamps. Put on 1 island, up 1 swamp. We probably wouldn't be heavy swamps if we're good bleeding edge. We probably want to be heavier mountains. Go down an island. No, I think we need at least 3 islands though. So that's 18 lands. And we do 4 cuts out of here. Iron Scorn and the Callous Dismissal are essentially the same. Let's keep the Aven Eternal. At that point, though, like so it's a 16 land, and we can put back in. We don't need the Prismite. And put back in the sprints. We're leaving out the Eternal and the Callous Dismissal. And I do love this Aven Eternal. Oh, but then we have Rouse Outburst. We don't have a way to play. Okay. We leave out the Outburst, the Eternal, Callous Dismissal. Probably have to run either another land here or Sarkhan's Catharsis. I mean, I could see this. I could see this being okay. Make your predictions. How many wins do you think we're gonna get before I have to stop? Because my family came home. We'll find out. Up against the Cloudbreaker. The 2-mana keep, I think. We don't have any creatures here, but we got our Ilharg. We can manage to draw lands at a reasonable pace. Guy's Greeting should keep us well defended. There we go. We just never didn't have the lands. We need another red, actually. Okay, so they kept... Well, this is our chance to get rid of God Eternal Bantu. Man, they got Massacre Girl her, too. This is the kind of deck you want, right? This black-white sacrifice deck with Massacre Girl. Okay, so I guess we'll take their legendary. There we go. Never didn't have the second mountain. What a damage. They don't have any instant speed kill as far as we know. Command the Dreadhorde. Ooh. Kind of tempted to keep that. On the off chance they're somehow able to deal with Ilharg. That's not bad to have in our back pocket. I was hoping to draw a creature to put into play with Ilharg, but... They're hoping to Massacre Girl here. Maybe they'll Spark Harvest instead. It's when it dies or is put into exile. Like, you just can't get rid of it. Totally based on Princess Mononoke, by the way. Yeah, we'll gladly draw it in a few turns. How many creatures in the graveyard? Oh, they have got Eternal Bontu in the graveyard. Interesting. So we could go get a Bontu and draw some cards. That seems pretty good. Let's do it. And we're not going to need that guy in the land. Now Ilharg's back. Over to you, opponent. Cloudbreaker. This is what I'm talking about with how ridiculous that is. Okay, I guess they want to amass. Thorn's Thirst, okay. Gonna 3-for-1 themselves, yeah. Go for it. Put it into the owner's library. Decline. No. We don't want them to get it. Oh, Lazotep's not bad to put in with Ilharg. Okay, opponent. Okay, they got another kill spell, apparently. Another damage spell. Another Soren's Thirst, yeah. Okay. Ilharg just keeps coming back. Bouncing Links. Perfect target for the Pyrohelix other than... we could have done a Scry one and gotten to Ilharg that much faster. We're definitely keeping Ilharg. One to you, one to you. We can also 2-for-1 because we know we've got Ilharg on the way. And now they basically have no choice but to play Massacre Girl. Oh, okay. They can wipe now. Wipe our guy? No, they don't care to. The way Massacre Girl works, so it does a -1, and then if a creature dies, so the Banehound will die, it's going to do another -1. So the 2/2 will die, then it'll do a -3, that will die. And they're building it up here. We're at 11. Taking some serious damage. Don't really like them having that Spark Reaper either. Eat the Banehound. This guy's a 3/3. Maybe we should have just played the Lazotep Reaver. Kind of thinking it comes back to our hand no matter what, but it's not like Winota where it's indestructible. Huh. Well, this smells like Combat Trick, but we just want to get that out of their hand. Or I guess they can Massacre Girl, right? So Braska's finished it down. Nice on that. And we're just drawing lands.
Here comes the flood. You're running dry.
Opponent drawing gas, it looks like. They're still not playing Massacre Girl. They got a plan for Ilharg, apparently. Deal 4 to it and block. On Nixless's Cruelty, okay. It's coming back, but they're gonna have open season for a while. Let's make them scared of what we might have in our hand. Opponent's got a good deck. Ouch. Wrath Rampage. Well, it's the sorcery, so I guess we may as well use it. We've held back Massacre Girl this whole time. She is Menace, which is, very problematic actually, and we hit a land, and I think they won. Good game. We just drew, like, nothing but lands. Despite being a 16 land deck. And we can't block Massacre Girl with Ilharg, so that's game over. Well, probably misplayed in there when I fired off all that removal to remove their 5/4. Probably should have played it slower. I think the fact is they just drew like 5 more cards that affected the board while we drew lands. Hey, but we got to command the Dreadhorde and steal their Bantu, and that was pretty hilarious. So have fun even when you're winning, and you never lose. Burning Prophet on 2. And the Dreadhorde will have to be for a later turn. Hurt Ogre, hopefully we can hit this on curve. Yeah, another Ilharg, okay. Maybe I shouldn't have... Well, except the fact that we flooded out last game, but... Otherwise... yeah. They discard. Ooh. I wonder if we Pyro Helix here. Oh no, because we got mana number 4, so we're turning. Pay attention, Mana Dad. Isu draws the needed requisite. Okay. And I'm tempted to just take that out and get in for 5, but I think the correct thing is to just play Ilharg. You can unload some spells this next turn. The other question is, do you let Ilharg die? We're at 20 life. We've got Command the Dreadhorde. I don't really care about their Naga Eternal. Thunderdrake would be a nicer one to bring back. How greedy do I want to be here? Take that out. That's the land that we need to command the Dreadhorde, but I think we can just... skip away from the lands. We're gonna hit him so hard this turn. 1 target, 2 damage. Raging Crunch will be nice. And they go to 6. And they scoop it up. Now that's the deck we drew up. Got a Deep-Root Pilgrimage, cool. Get that might just be from ranking up in the Mastery Pass. I don't think you normally get rares, but maybe they've improved the economy and you get rares there every once in a while. XP. Up against the Stray Gato. If you see a Stray Gato, try not to feed it. Just encourage more Stray Gatos. Alright, Stray Gato looks pretty aggro. Vampire Opportunist will not be a good blocker here. We will not Jaya's Greeting because we want to be able to Sublime Artificer. You know what? I think I'm going to trade this. Your opponent's very happy they got a bunch of stuff. I'll take the Artificer. Most likely. That trade was better when we had Command the Dreadhorde. If they take Command the Dreadhorde, that'll make the trade worse. But they're staring down the barrel of Saheeli into Vraska into a Jaya's Greeting. Well, it's thinking hard about this decision. I think they take Command the Dreadhorde. They can put pressure on Saheeli with their 1/1 zombie, and depending on if they have another Amass, it might not make sense for us to play Saheeli. Oh, we took Vraska. Interesting.
This should be fun.
They play another creature, we can double Jaya's Greeting, make a couple 1/1s. Could be good. Opponent. You don't even attack Saheeli. Yeah, straight aggro. Vraska's finisher. Perfect. So, oops. I mean, are there any white protection spells? I guess we might want to wait. What we do with I guess they're just oopsing because they're hoping to deal damage to a Planeswalker. Yeah, that would have taken out Saheeli. Yeah, they definitely want to hit Saheeli. Swamp coming up. I guess we can keep that. And then we'll just put this guy in front of the army. Save our other Jaya's Greeting. Oh, the family's back. Law Rune Enforcer. Got nothing else. Take that out. Angrath's Rampage, sure. Happy for one. Start the slow win condition. We can bring back Vraska. Get one more mana. I think opponent might scoop this. They know we have Command the Dreadhorde. We've got a number of things we can bring back from their graveyard. including the main hound. They remove the Saheeli. We can bring that back too. Ooh, okay. A nice creature. Sorry you had to lose it, opponent. Be nice to have another creature we could copy, use the copy ability here. Bouncing Links. Bolt Bend would be useful in another area. Just attack. Yes, do we just burn the Spark Harvest on the Links? I think so. Just buying time till we can get to this overwhelming Command the Dreadhorde. Prison Realm. Oh, that takes out Saheeli.
Time to come up with a new plan.
That, by the way, gets around Bolt Bend. Now there's Pyrohelix. Let's just go for another land at this point. They've got a Braska.
Life's about to end. I don't always enjoy it.
If they let us kill this Braska. No, they don't.
You'll regret that.
And we will command the Dreadhorde. I'll take your Sunblade Angel, your Banehound. Yeah, Vraska's finisher, actually. My graveyard. I'll take my own Vraska. We know how much that adds up to. 4, 5, 11, 14. We go to 3. Is that too risky? That maybe we don't need our own Vraska?
I was getting bored anyway.
What do you think, opponent? Gain some life back with these. Maybe we should have gone to 3. I don't know. Okay, well, they have a Kaya.
I heard you had some dead things that needed to stay dead. I'm the best ghost hunter in the business.
Unless impermanence your opponent's control with Hexproof can be the target of spells. Okay, opponent's like, yeah, you're gonna win still. I'll take the win. One day I'll have a stream where I win first, but hopefully you stuck around this far. Thanks for joining me here in the attic. This is the Manadad channel. I do most of the limited content in the members only section because people don't watch it as much. But if you like it, leave comments. Let me know. Definitely we'll do some when the new, Outlaws of Thunder Junction comes out. Anyways,